Welcome to Deepnight Revelation. We are back. We've had some scheduling issues and tech issues and pretty much all the issues, but we are back. We've got the band back together. Everybody's here tonight. So, what happened last session? It was just Mel and Pappy. Uh, uh, Sarda was missing for that session. He wasn't missing. He was doing things in the background. But
Taking
um,
inventory.
you were taking inventory, yes. Well, yes, inventory. We're going to get into that. So these guys, they're in the terminus point system, and the system was completely flooded with radiation and static and interference from uh, the very center of this system, which has been determined as not one singularity, but multiple. Um, and I say multiple, I don't have an exact number, a lot. Let's just say that. There's a whole bunch of these smaller black holes, and they are all orbiting at about into a globe, with the interior of that globe being about 2.4 AU. They are not acting correctly. They should be eating one another, or usually colliding with one another to form a gigantic primary, one big singularity. And that's not what's happening. Instead, they are kind of forming this gravitic shell that is 2.4 AU in diameter, or I'm sorry, in radius. So they're like 4.8 in diameter at the center of the system. So that was found out. The other thing, when they came into the system, they discovered that there were two planets. It's a binary system, well, theoretically. This secondary star has three planets around it, and two of them have an atmosphere. The one is a super Earth. It's got an unbreathable atmosphere. That could theoretically, they want to do a close pass, but because it has an atmosphere, it could have life, and if it does, that might be a breeding ground for um, for the Deepnight Entity. The other world does have an oxygen nitrogen atmosphere, but it seems that it's it does have a low amount of water. Um, and they want to, that seems like a much more likely candidate for life. And so those are two primary targets to be checked out. These guys decided to look at this other tertiary object. So when they first came in, they detected another gravity distortion, uh, not nearly as large as at the center of the system. This was out towards a large gas giant that is orbiting this whole mess. And I say mess because I'll show Will this solar system, and it's wild, man. It is way out there. It shouldn't exist. Period. And that's what all the scientists aboard Revelation are saying. This shouldn't be here. But they found this other small gravity anomaly that um, their first inclination was it resembles the maneuver drive of a small ship. Then they got to looking at it, and they were like, some of the scientists said, "Oh, well, it could be a Leviathan." Because you've run into the space whales before, and they have a very similar pattern. So these guys decided they were going to go check that out first. And a Leviathan it was, except this poor space whale was infected. And it was clearly very old. And the Deepnight entity that had infected this creature seemed to behave in a different manner. And so I believe it was Mel got the first shot off with the spinal mount, and
Yeah, yeah.
he nailed it, and it took damage. But there were some weird sensor readings that came back from that, and the determination was that if you were to shoot it again, there is a chance that instead of actually doing damage, it would use the radiation from the particle beam and actually heal itself. And now that it's dead, I can tell you there was a 2 in 6 chance on that next shot. And Brian's aware of how I do the 2 in 6 and 3 in 6. If he rolled a 1 or a 2, he would have healed. If he rolled on the third shot, there would be a 3 in 6 chance. So 1, 2, and 3, he would have healed. And it wasn't a little amount. It was like what 1d times 500 hull points that he would have healed up.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was significant. And so um, I forget what you guys finally did to kill it, but kill it you did. And right before they fired that last shot, it started spitting crap at them. And it was basically gobs of Deepnight Entity matter. And the first time it spit at them, it missed. The second time, though, out of like the out of the 4 particles that it spit out, 2 of them hit. And after they killed it, there was much hurrahing until they looked at the damage control board, and there were reports coming in of those sections that had been hit by this thing, that the Deepnight Entity was still very much alive and forcing its way inside. And so now we have an infection issue in the ship, and so that's really where we left off. And to let everybody know why these skill packages are up on the screen is because I have noted that there are a number of skill holes. You know, they have a lot of job openings on the primary traveler group, and so I have opted to give them an entire package of their choice. And the option was either this, take one of these from the core rulebook, and any skills that you already have, you don't get to increase them. Or you can go, and anybody watching, if you have the Traveler Companion update, page 15, there are background, it's character or package based character creation. I allowed them to take any of those packages if they wanted one instead. And so if you, like for instance, Pappy is a belter, if he wanted to take the belter background package, he could take that entire package. And any additional skills that he didn't already had, he could up himself. And so that's what this is. So on with the show. So now that now that poor Will has come into this and is up to date on the complete clusterfuck that is going on aboard Revelation. These red boxes are the 2 locations that have been hit by the Leviathan's goo. Here's what the Leviathan looked like spitting the goo. I mean, it's like, and it's just spitting fungal matter.
Yeah, how sentient did it appear? Because I mean, the zombie things weren't that sentient, but this was a pretty big colony of the stuff. So I would imagine it's.
Well,
it didn't have to be that sentient. It was just Haktua, Haktua, Haktua.
It's funny that you say that. So while Mel and Pappy are looking at this damage control board, and this red square is where Loogie number 1 hit, and this red square over here is deck 2 of the science modules. That's where the other one hit. And you're getting radio calls coming in. The bridge is flooding with people basically losing their shit because there are tentacle masses and whatnot growing through the walls, any crack that they can find. While they're looking at the damage control board, Sarda, go ahead and make a electronic sensors plus intellect or education. You get a +2 to that roll for the ship sensors.
Sure. 200.
Wow. Okay. So let me briefly change and show Sarda the terminus system. So this is the terminus system. As you can see, these orbital lines are all wonky. uh, so you guys are down here at this large gas giant. Oh, I need to really be there because he's gone. This is where you encountered the infected Leviathan, and you asked how sentient it was. The reason why I had you um, do this check is because in the past, when you have run into these Leviathans, they have been known to have nests and whatnot, or a home feature where they breed their young. And so this thing was seen dipping into the outer edges of the gas giant, like Leviathans normally do. This particular gas giant, it's called eccentric body alpha because it has been captured and it's in this very eccentric orbit around the gravitic anomaly that the scientists are now calling a shell, because it shouldn't exist, and they think that there's something in the middle of whatever these multiple um, singularities are hovering around. This gas giant, so it would normally have a ring system, but because of its eccentric orbit and how fast it's orbiting around, it's kind of doing a slingshot around. This large gas giant is probably at some point going to get tossed in the next couple thousand years, maybe a million years. It's going to get tossed out of the gravity loop entirely. And so instead of having a ring system, it has a almost like comet-like streak of all of these asteroids. Your sensors are picking up that signals of a similar nature of what you've seen before with Leviathans when they create a nest in an asteroid, and in that center of this nest, you are detecting a metallic object of unknown alloys. And with a 15, spectrographic analysis comes back and it shows that the alloys of whatever this metallic object at the middle of this nest is match the droin dome that you've run into previously. So it's the magic droin alloy metals that were created, that in the past they're not like the dome where it would prevent when any vegetation touches it, it dies. It's not like that, but it is of a droin alloy of the ancients' manufacture, and you're detecting this mass in the middle of this asteroid cluster, and it's just sitting there beeping. So it was sentient enough to create a nest.
And do we have any reason to believe there's more of these things in there, or
You don't.
get into that droid?
With a 15, I would. Oh man, that's a really good roll. That's a. Yeah. You are detecting that there are heat signatures, multiple. Let's see how many. Whew. There are 5 smaller heat signatures in this nest. Large. Like, when I say large, I don't mean like this thing was. They're called Leviathans for a reason. I mean, this thing was almost as big as Revelation. It was like 50,000 tons. But these that you're detecting in there are probably between 2 and 4,000, or 2 and 5,000 tons. So there are young in there. And the sensors are detecting telltale signs of infection.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would figure if that thing was from there,
Yep.
then I think everything's gonna be
Gonna have to do retroactive abortion. Sorry.
okay.
Newts all around.
Let's start burning
Oh
this
yes.
stuff up.
So I told the guys before, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name off the top of my head. But thank you to the viewer that watched our last session that pointed out where the missile launchers on Revelation are. I really dislike the way they did the layout of or the stats of the ship. I would have preferred to have a single page with all of the weapons in one stat block, and that's not the way they did it. But thank you for telling me where the missile bays are, and oddly enough, they're in the science pod, which I guess makes some kind of logic because you're going to launch probes and whatnot, and you can also launch 12 nuclear missiles in one shot. So per
It's an
bay, and
experiment.
there's two of them, for experimental scientific reasons.
Yeah.
You know. So thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate that greatly. So yeah, you detect that there is a nest, and there appears to be 5 young leviathans in that nest, and you are detecting telltale signs of the infection. It's basically just a ring of ice chunks and small. I don't dare to say that they're planetoids. I would say that they're probably, well, I guess you could say planetoid. They're like Ceres. The largest would be like Ceres size, which you know is big, but it's not a planet.
Yeah.
So
So
so yes, that kind of answers a bit of um, the question about how sentient was it. I mean, well, it was sentient enough that it created a nest. Um, Now, this thing acted weird in other ways too. So, Leviathans, um, you have observed them in the past that they don't just have to dip into the atmosphere of a gas giant to basically feed. They can actually feed. At times, you witness them dip into the outer corona of a star and come back out, and they gained a whole bunch of energy. So, logically speaking, the natural life cycle of a leviathan shows that they can basically feed not only off of hydrogen but obviously solar radiation. Um, and because of that, some of the stuff that you guys witnessed with this thing had an altering effect on how the entity's infection worked with it. Going back to Brian or back to Pappy and Mel, um, you're getting damage reports coming in, not necessarily damage reports, panic reports. You are hearing screams. There is the sound of some snub fire, some snub gun fire going off. A couple of louder rounds from what sounds like probably one of the revolvers, and you hear some screams. And what video you get back, it's usually from security helmet cams. They're in a panic. It's hard to see what's going on. There's a lot of frantic movement, and then you see the camera go into static, and life signs go beep, they're flatlined. And so there's a whole bunch of shit going on across the ship. From the reports that you guys are getting, the stuff in Hangar Module Deck 1 seems to be going better, mostly because there's more room to move about. But in but over here in Science Module Deck 2, where the probe drones are, it seems that it's centered on that hallway, and it is mass chaos. You're not quite sure what's going on down there. You're getting reports that essentially from Hangar Module Deck 1, the forces have kind of retreated back and are doing a holding action, trying to maintain it in the hangar bay. Science Module Deck 2, there's just mass pandemonium. You don't see any containment going on. So it's up to you guys how you want to deal with this.
We can mechanically contain it. I mean, in terms of locking down hallways and things like that.
Oh, but can you? Because this thing spit a glob that stuck onto the side of the ship, and its tendrils immediately spread out and spread apart bulkheads and armor plates, and has worked its way inside the ship. It's like hyper strong.
So I know that we don't have level 3, but we have level 2. I don't know, antifungal. You know, we have fast action. We have fast action synactin.
You do have a limited supply of level 2. You have an experimental inoculation of level 3, which may once we get done with this part, you may want to consider everybody taking a shot.
Okay, but the stuff that cleanses us down when we enter the airlocks.
Right.
Did we at any point think that we might want to have that shit internally as well?
It's just infrared, right? To my knowledge.
Well,
ultraviolet.
yes, right now you're right. It is only ultraviolet light, but you have this. I guess the recipe for this other stuff that was basically the anti-plant fungal shit that made the alloy that made up that dome. And you know that their airlocks and their decons would spray you with a powder coating of this shit. And so you have that recipe. It has not been implemented yet. Part of that recipe led to you possibly, or is a stepping stone to making level 3.
Well, that's a planning failure that needs to be rectified after we deal with this.
yes. Well, I mean, it's still in the oh my god, we have this. Does it work? And now, how do we mass produce it? Kind of phase.
In the meantime, bring the fire.
Fire's good. I like fire. So I guess ultimately, you know, which of these problems do you want to deal with first? And there's also, I mean, to describe what's going on the bridge, there's, I wouldn't necessarily say, there is that edge of panic, because this hasn't happened on Revelation before. And so the tension on the bridge can be cut with a knife. In the background, you can hear multiple reports being stated back and forth on comms, and different divisions are dealing with different problems at the same time. The XO is running back and forth between different divisions, barking orders. The captain is kind of waiting for your guys' analysis before he moves forward to give orders. And so there is that tension that's right on that edge of almost panic. I would say overall, though, the bridge crew is handling it very well.
I think we should start. I think we should start by reassuring the bridge even more than they already are. We're going to contain this. We got this. We will get through this, so that there's that much more calm in executing everything that happens.
Pappy, make a leadership plus social check.
I said that. What I really meant was somebody should do that.
Somebody
Yeah.
should say this.
I've got a 4 in this, but hey.
Okay,
Because
well,
I have nothing. I'm a 0.
so 4
Yeah.
minus 2. Oh, you have 0 in leadership. Well, a 4. You kind of yell this out, and like you get a couple of side eyes from people that are over their consoles dealing with damage control and taking calls from panicked shipmates in those areas. And
Look at the others and say, "You know what I'm trying to say. Say it better than I did. Damn it!"
All right, hold on. So wait, one of these is a hangar, right?
one's a hangar, and the reports that are coming in is that, and so this is what? Press the wrong button. This is the hangar module deck 1. It is a full hangar that this has been kind of infiltrated. Forces have the ship's crew has been forced back. They are kind of creating a bulwark and a defensible position, and they have it more or less contained in the full hangar.
What type of ships are actually docked there?
In hangar module 1, you have a number of you have some of the, pretty much all of them. You of course have in your hangar for the mission division, you have your own Deepnight scouts. You have 2 of them, one in each side. This one, the rest of the Deepnight scouts, launches, and pinnaces are all in these docking spaces, and the full hangar is the retrieving space.
All of those would have airlocks with all those ships would have airlocks with decontamination capability, right?
Correct.
So-
They have iris valves and airlocks. Yes.
So anyone who's come into contact with any of the entity in those locations should fall back to one of the ships and go through appropriate decontamination protocols in order to make sure that.
Make a leadership plus social check.
Sure.
Nice. So you give them the protocol orders, and they basically tell you that that's those that have been in direct contact that could be saved are being told to do that. The majority, this guy's telling whoever's in charge, he's like he's a deck chief. He's not a combat guy. And probably only has a pistol. He tells you that this is not, whatever's infected us is not acting like what we've encountered before. So everybody's knowledge of this is that the infection starts off with like cold and flu-like symptoms, and he says that those cold and flu-like symptoms last like maybe 10 minutes, and then they're changing.
It's evolved.
It's working at a hyper evolutionary state.
The advantage is that we'll know who's infected rather than worrying that someone's carrying it without us noticing.
He also reports that
this does seem to be a higher octane variant.
Where these tentacles, by this point, where these tentacles have broken through the deck plating, they are forming into a small cluster in the hangar. And there's a number of there's at least a couple of crew members that have been fully infected to become shamblers.
If you've got any form of flame, and even if that's a propulsion system that can be aimed, get as much fire on that stuff as possible.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, and they're the ones that are doing well. So it probably should. It's just the fact that that was a hangar meant that there's actually decontamination facilities available to them. Whereas I'm looking at the other location, it's going to be a lot harder to find something to help with decontamination here.
Yeah, from over here, and this I'm using this particular map because it is great for doing damage control because it just gives an overview, right?
However, it does have there are airlocks adjacent to that.
Yes, there are some. Yes.
So hypothetically, they could get to the airlocks and decontaminate.
This particular the nice thing mentioning the airlocks, the nice thing about over in the hangar bay, some of these airlocks, and they don't really show them on this particular map, but there would be airlocks in here because of the very nature that it is a full hangar and a docking space. There would be some, like this right here is probably an airlock. This right here is probably an airlock. I would go so far as to say that because this is a full hangar and docking space, these outer edge ones are probably also airlocks. I find it hard to believe on a ship this size that they would decompress the entire compartment in order to dock a ship. There's probably some kind of airlock that is in effect there. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they decompress it, but over here, you do have a couple of airlocks that lead out to the outside of the ship, which are possibilities. But the reports that you're getting coming in from here is mass panic. None of these people in the science module are really equipped either mentally or physically to deal with this kind of thing. They are panicking. The few security people that have that were in this area are either compromised or not reporting. Not reporting back.
Well, let's get security to bring a contingent. They should gear up and pack for flame.
Okay. So are you guys just relying on your security teams to deal with this, or do you want to physically move in?
I think we're going to need to go help that area.
Yeah, that's the question. So you basically have two choices. You want to go here, or do you want to go to the easy one?
I think I'm going to head to the hard one. I don't know about other people, but
yeah. What's Mel and Pappy think?
You gotta go to where people are losing their shit.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so
Start with the worst one and get that one under control, because if we don't, that one can spread way faster.
We'll do the usual. Mel, how are you equipping yourself? What kind of armor are you wearing?
Lord.
So here,
how long is it going to take me to get into a hostile environment suit? Because clearly, or does it matter? I can go in in street clothes because this shit will cut right through any of our vac suits, no matter what. So I can go comfortable.
Not necessarily. I mean, there is a
way to sell that. Not necessarily.
Right. I mean, there is a time limiting factor. It'll take longer to get through your HEV suit than it will anything else. But I will tell you. So I've been doing a little bit of reading on pretty much all of the vac suits. And this came up in our Wednesday night game, is that there were a bunch of pirate-like mercenaries, and one of the guys was using an HEV suit. And really, when you come right down to it, yeah, the protection on vac suits, even the HEV, look fantastic, right? But there's a downgrade, and there's a drawback to that. And that drawback is that you essentially take a -2 to any fine motor skills, including shooting a gun.
Right.
So you're at a -2 in that HEV suit when firing a weapon. But yeah, you got, I forget what, +12 for for protection. So the armor's nice, but they're really designed to protect you from the environment. They're not designed to really. You're not going to be putting together an IKEA desk.
It's why I never mess with the HEV. The vac suit's got 10 points of protection, so I mean, it's like, to me, the 2 points of difference doesn't make up for the penalties.
Right. Yeah, and a normal vac suit's like -1. So there is that. But I mean, in this case, that +12 protection is going to take or even +10 protection, going to take a little bit more time for it to get through. There's always some weakness somewhere in a chink in the armor, an overlap of fabric that a tentacle or a little minor glob will work its way through eventually. The better protection you have, the better off you are. These guys, the security guys, are wearing what amounts to like cloth armor, and the scientists aren't wearing armor at all. They're wearing lab coats, so they're freaking out. So that HEV,
uh, so I'm already just a shitty shot. So wearing a suit's gonna give me -2. So fuck it. I'm just gonna put a flamethrower on and go.
okay, you're gonna be Ripley. Let's see. There is, I mean, this is what security's wearing. It's better than nothing. And it doesn't impose any penalty.
Well, then I'll just wear my Protect suit.
You could do that. I forget what's the protection on Protec?
4.
Well, all right. You could do that.
I always worry about vacuum, especially since this stuff's boring in from the outside of the ship into this in the inside.
That's a good point. I didn't really consider that.
Oh god damn it! All right, HEV.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's boring a hole in the ship wall. I mean, you're going to want to be able to breathe in space.
That's true. That is a good point. I can hear Jack. God damn it! Shut up.
I already don't have a great chance of hitting anything.
So, what is Pappy wearing? Or I'm sorry.
What's this skill would have to use for a flamer?
Gun combat slug.
Or energy, I think, right?
Yeah,
fire.
I mean, technically it should be fire, but should be slug, or should be energy, but
Gun.
yeah, either slug or energy. It really doesn't say. So your choice, dealer's choice.
Where's this penalty of -1 for vac suits?
It is.
I mean, they have a required skill, and if you don't have that required skill, then you take a penalty.
Right, but it is it in the core rule book? Let me look. I think it's in the equipment section. I might have got it from one of the adventures.
Yeah, because I know there's the whole penalty for not having the required level.
Right, and that is applied if you don't have. It basically is a proficiency bonus. Is what that
Yeah.
works out to.
Well, I've got Vac Suit 3, so.
I think I got it from. Oh wait. I think I got it from one of the adventures, or it was automatically -2 for HEV and -1 for standard vac suit. Just basically because you got fat fingers. I am not able to find it
I mean, I'm using intelligent weapons that I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean that you've got enough bonuses with intelligent weapons that it's going to offset that rather greatly. Weapon Damn it, I can't find it exactly. I went through so many books.
yeah, because I'm not familiar. I'd like to say even. I mean, I've got a tech level 12 vac suit that, as per the descriptions, it's as light as normal clothing. So I mean, I'd never heard of it, so I just wasn't.
Yeah, generally with pretty much across the board vac suits, it's an issue of dexterity. Like I said, with tech level 12 vac suit, uh, you may not have tech level 12. You might not have it, but I know that at lower level vac suits, yeah, it's -1. HEVs are like -2 because they're so heavily armored. Not
Yeah, it just doesn't.
armored, just
Not,
thick.
I'm just surprised they don't show it anywhere.
Yeah, I'm. They do. Just I'm not finding it now. Oh wait.
Yeah, it's a fucking. By the way, just so you know that it absolutely is an energy weapon.
Anything that's not shooting a bullet out is an energy weapon,
That's what I would think too.
unless it's
Yeah,
arcane.
none of you want to be anywhere near me when I'm shooting this fucking
But
thing.
they never state whether it is or not. And in older like uh the older catalog, um, it kind of lists it as heavy weapons. I'm like, well, that's a flame rifle's not really heavy
In
weapons.
in the it's listed in what the hell's the name of this book?
The
For Central Supply Catalog, it's listed as an energy rifle.
All right, well there you go. That works. Yeah, it's whatever this bad
Yeah,
boy
no
is.
one wants to be fucking near me when I shoot this fucking thing.
The one from the catalog has a very short range on it, but otherwise it's as effective as the one that the ship has.
Yeah, I think the one that the ship has. I mean, they don't say what the one that the ship has, what skill to use, but it would be it would be whatever the normal one is. Why am I not? Here, this one.
So if I only have The slug specialty on gun combat, am I treating as having 0 or
0. Correct.
Yeah, it would be
training?
0. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have, you would have specialty 1 in slug, so that any other gun combat would be 0. It would be your standard. You are equivalent, or you are adequately trained. Or as is likely said, good enough for government purposes. So.
Yeah, the big thing with the flame rifles, it is a very short range, effective 10-meter range.
This one's 40 meters, and it's got blast
Right.
3, so yeah.
Right. Well, the flame rifle has blast 3 as well, but it only has 10-meter range.
Yeah,
It's the big.
take the install arms.
Well, but it has more rounds, 20-shot magazine.
Oh, yeah, that's... yeah. All right. Yeah, it's 10 2-second bursts or a thorough hosing.
Yeah, this one doesn't. The flame rifle does not burst.
Blast 3, fire.
Yeah, either way.
Who the hell knows what I'm grabbing? I'm just going to grab the one that's listed in the catalog because it's not my weapon of choice, but clearly I need fire, so I'm grabbing it from the weapons cabinet and moving.
Oh no, the flame rifle here in the chart shows a magazine of 10 as well.
Okay.
And it's pretty much the same across. Blast 3, fire. The range is different though. So yeah, I would suggest the other one, the install arms. Because yeah, this one's got
Yeah, the thing is that he
40.
doesn't have a copy of those stats, so he's just going by the one he's got a book on.
Yep.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm bringing this up, is that I compared the two. The only difference is that the Install Arms IW100 flame rifle has a range of 40 meters. The magazine's the same, and it still does blast 3. It's bulky.
It's
and
bulky.
It's
it's got
bulky's
bulky.
different too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would explain why the other one only has 10-meter range. It's smaller.
It's actually heavier. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. All right, so you're grabbing a flame rifle and HEV suit. Pappy, what are you wearing?
I will use the Interstellar's IW100 flame rifle for the weapon because that shit looks sexy.
Okay.
And it counts as energy, which I have, so hell yeah.
What's your strength?
Oh, god damn you.
That was just a test to see if I hit
Is
this
there a
button.
strength requirement?
Well, if it's bulky, it is. If you've got less than a 9 strength, then whatever the difference is, that's the penalty you suffer when shooting a bulky weapon.
I thought bulky weapons mostly could...
My strength is fucking terrible, so I'm going to go with the one that's in the catalog, and we're just going to call it a day. Let's move on.
Yeah, a bulky weapon, you have a penalty of equal to strength 9 minus the whatever you currently have.
Interesting, because it used to be that only came into effect whether you could hide it or not.
No, a bulky weapon has a powerful recoil, is extremely heavy. It's difficult to use effectively. Must have a strength 9 or higher to use it without penalty. Otherwise, all attack rolls will have a negative DM equal to the difference between their strength DM and +1.
All right. Well, there you go.
How much time do we have before all this shit goes down?
I mean, it's happening immediately.
Yeah, this is all happening, in real time.
Damn it.
So yeah, here is the energy rifle chart, which shows this one. Flame rifle does not have the bulky trait. It's blast 3 fire, but it only has a range of 10 meters.
I guess that's what I'll have to take then, because I don't have the strength for the other one.
Okay.
So I'll take that,
what are
and
you
then
wearing?
I will. If I was in ceramic powered plate, I would have issues with using weapons, right?
Ceramic powered
I was
plate.
just looking at it, going, "It's in the armor list. That sounds awesome."
That.
What?
Yeah, I mean that would be great, but I don't know if that's even available.
I was just playing because I saw it, like, that looks awesome. And then I have plus 20 versus fire, so I'm like, "Hey guys, don't worry, I'm covered. Shoot around me if you have to."
Oh, maybe.
It's a powered suit.
Yes. So the only powered suit that they really have on Revelation is the exploration suit, and that requires you to have a
I believe it's Vac-Suit 3.
yeah, it's Vac-Suit 3.
Oh, I don't have that.
I trained to be able to
All
wear
right.
it, but I don't really
I'll
want
just
it.
take the basic vac suit then, I guess.
This one.
Yeah, just so that I don't have to worry about.
So like this one's TL14. Yeah, you're not going to have a penalty with TL14.
Penalty to what?
So this is tech level 14. This general purpose vac suit will not have a negative.
Okay, cool. Then I'll take that for the non-negative, and if there's any decompression, at least I'm not like, well, I'm dead now.
Right. Yes. No, you won't have to worry about that, and it's got plus 10 protection.
So I'll take that with the standard flamethrower.
And I was gonna say, Sarda, if this is higher tech level than the vac suit that you have, you can just transfer all your mods over to one of these.
I don't think I can because most of my mods actually redesign the way it's built. Self-sealing, smart fabric. I mean, I've got a tech level 12.
Well, at tech level
Fully
14, it has
ripped out.
self-sealing anyways. Actually, theoretically, after according to what I've read, after tech level 12, all vac suits have self-sealing.
Right, but mine's got Chameleon full motion built in. It's got computer weave. It's got smart fabric. I mean,
right.
It is highly customized.
Yeah.
Set of tech level 12 vac suit.
So I take
with
it
extended life support and an auto helmet. Yeah. And
so I take it you're wearing that.
Yeah.
And are you also grabbing the flame rifle from the catalog? All right.
Yeah, flame.
Do we have any kind of cart that we can like push or load up some extra ammo in, so we don't have to be like, well, that was my one canister, I'm done?
Oh, certainly. And I mean, I would say that your vac suits are probably able to carry one additional canister, probably on a clip in the small of your back behind you.
Right.
You could also carry a sidearm if you wanted to. And, that being a pistol and a knife. You could carry a pistol and a knife as sidearms. Not an SMG.
Yeah, I'll have my Gauss pistol and stunner on my hip as well.
I mean, I know that this is popular with Pappy, the Incel Arms ES13, which so this magazine of 20 is effectively unlimited because you can plug it in directly to the power of your vac suit. So, have at it.
There we go.
I don't know what kind of pistol.
I go nowhere without that, even if it doesn't have the battery. I'm gonna take my Mag 20, or I'm gonna take my battery, whatever I gotta take, but I'm gonna take that.
Right. And I don't know what kind of pistol Mel generally packs.
Mine is. Find the damn screen again. Well, I either use the CS5,
right,
or my Gauss subby.
Okay, so you could have the CS5 in a holster easily, and then of course any knife or whatever you want. These are
And I recruit someone to carry extra flamethrower cartridges. I want ammo.
Well, I mean, yeah. So each of you would have another 10 shots in a reload. It would take one round to eject a canister and put in a
I
new.
want more.
Uh,
I
yeah.
want. We're fighting a whole ship worth of stuff. I don't want to have to run back and grab more. I'm like, you're coming with me. Your job is to carry canisters.
I mean, there would be no reason that somebody couldn't carry a pack, like a duffel bag,
Wait,
that
that's all I
has
need.
like 6 more canisters in it.
Perfect. Especially since more than one of us are going to be using them too.
Right. Right.
We're also on a ship. How far away are we at any point from a weapons locker?
That's a really good question. So
Did we make a point of putting these flamethrowers everywhere because we knew this was the enemy we'd be fighting at least?
well, let's go in for a more granular look. And I'm going to put you guys off. Put you guys over here. Wow, that's because you're not actually entering the scene of the crime as of yet. Whoop. So once you tell me how you want to enter, and I can tell you a little bit more about this area. So, in the center of this, there is a monorail transport track that runs the length of the ship, right, for quick transit, um, which leads to all these different departments. Looking at this. Number 7 is, or number 8 is an armory weapons. 7 is an armory locker of equipment. So right here are armory lockers of weapons, and right here is an armory locker of equipment, which what I would think would be everything else, probably vac suits and um, you know what have you equipment. So, and these right here, I'm pretty sure that these are. Oh, those are laser turrets. But this right here looks like an airlock. I don't see the equivalent up there, but we know that there's 2 airlocks, so I'm betting that each of these turrets probably has an airlock. This looks like an airlock that leads in. So, I mean, you could be adventurous and do an EVA entrance, or you could ride the monorail and enter any way you want. It's up to you guys.
Yep.
How do you guys want to approach this?
I mean, I say we should just be. We got to get what we got to get quickly, because the longer we wait, the worse it gets.
Right.
So, knowing where stuff is, at least if we need to regroup, we can plot a route to one of those areas if necessary.
Did we lose Mel and?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just I don't know what the plan of attack is.
Right. Is
Because
Sarda still
my
with us?
reaction is again face shoot the fuckers, so that means run towards it.
Run directly towards. It's funny you say that. I was playing Fallout 76 the other night, and I'd never done any of the expeditions, and I didn't realize I didn't realize it until I was in the vertibird on the way there, and I looked at the intercom and it says 4 team leader only. I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be in a team. Well, guess I'm just gonna go by myself. And I face shot everything with a double-barreled shotgun. I killed so many people. And exactly your method: run up really close and shoot them in the face, and just run away.
Face shoot the fuckers solves a lot of problems.
That's right.
And like I said, the last time we played, I kind of rely on Will to curb my murder hobo tendencies.
Oh no, this is a complete murder hobo.
Going full murder hobo this time.
This is a complete murder hobo scenario. So yeah. Give me one moment while sort of figures out what he wants to do, and I'll be right back.
All right, back.
Okay, I am back. So, Sarda, any ideas on how you guys want to approach this? Do you want to do an EVA and an approach from one of the outer airlocks, or do you want to just come in on the central monorail line?
Let's go in on the central I'd like to go in on the central monorail line just because I'm worried more about the stupidity of panicking crew members
Right?
than I am the actual stuff itself.
Okay. And where do you... So, the problem, as it seems, is in this area. So where would you like to enter into this section? I mean, you've got monorail lines that stop here, here, I guess down here, towards the bottom.
Right. All right. So this is where you said the problem was?
Yeah, it's in this general area here. Now, and this is particularly difficult because where it has come in, these are, if you look at these schematics, these are living areas for the scientists.
Right.
These are crew quarters.
What is this right here?
This is, what does it say? It is a gym.
Yeah, let's turn that into a triage unit.
Okay.
Let's direct everyone there. But yeah, let's just get off right here. And the basic thing is I'm worried more about panicking crew members that may have been exposed retreating to other areas of the ship and bringing the crap with them.
Right.
And so I want to try to steer everyone here so we can confirm that they're clean before we allow them to go elsewhere.
Obviously, because we're at blueprint scale on this map, and a lot of this is going to be theater of the mind. But I do have your tokens up because you guys get dropped off, and everybody can make a Recon plus intellect check.
Nice.
Very nice. So the first thing you notice, the travel pod stops at this junction, and the doors slide open, and you step out. There are obviously power issues. The lights are kind of flickering. The lights that are on seem to be emergency lighting. There's a situation clearly going on in here. There is the sound of an alarm klaxon. Not a it is enough to alert the crew that there's an alarm, but it's not like this annoying rah, 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 it's just a emergency lighting red alert kind of situation, but the lighting is flickering. The first thing even Pappy notices, you can see as you step out into this hallway that there's your lights are reflecting off of the spores that are hanging in the air.
Oh shit.
And Pappy didn't make his his recon check. Let me bring you guys up. There it is. This is the real reason for having tokens.
You want to roll initiative?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get everybody to roll an initiative, and I'll roll an initiative for an item here in a moment. I can't really do it first because that would give it away.
With the poor recon check goes first. The one time I'm like, I hope I roll a little bit lower this time.
So Pappy gets the big initiative, and thinking he's Billy Badass stepping off the tram with his flame rifle, and Mel and Sarda, you can see through the hazy atmosphere of this corridor with shitty lighting. You can see something moving, and it is leaping out of the darkness towards Pappy. Both, if you want to help him, you can make a athletics dexterity check. So either athletics dexterity plus dexterity, or just 2d plus your dex modifier, your choice. Whether if you don't have it, you don't take a penalty to it.
How the hell did I get 10? Oh, there you go.
That's pretty awesome.
Why is it showing up as red?
I don't know. Both of you did well. So, since Sarda got the higher number, Sarda, what is your reaction to this? How are you? I mean, Pappy's completely oblivious to this. He doesn't see it. And it's coming out of the darkness through this hazy hallway, probably about chest height. And pretty much all you see is like movement. You can't even really discern what it is yet.
How far out is it?
That's a good question. It's 10 meters, and it's moving quick. It's moving quick it's moving quick like when a shark decides that it's going to go after a diver. That sudden
Well, I mean,
turn and move.
yeah, but I mean, logically, I know it's got to be a crew member. It's just the crew member may be under the influence or not.
It doesn't look like the outline of a crew member. This thing's coming straight through the air. Like there's no legs or top to this. It's
All
just
right. Well, then I'm just gonna shoot at it.
okay. What is Mel doing?
I think I have to do the same damn thing, don't I? Do I have a line on it without
Yeah,
turning
you guys
everyone
could
into a
light up the
crystal
hallway.
critter?
Yeah, you guys could light up the hallway. So both of you go ahead and make a gun combat energy plus dex check. Ooh, that's a good shot. Mel, go ahead and give me 4d plus 1 damage.
Well, then it makes it a 13 because this is showing 12 damage, right?
13.
4D.
Okay.
Let's
And
make sure.
same for...
There we go. I think this is set up right. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So 16 points of fire damage. That's both of these are burst 3, so the entire hallway is engulfed in flames.
Yeah, both of you guys light
Or
up.
blast 3.
So Pappy, they just kind of step up like one step in front of you and light up the hallway. And with the fire that is blasting through this hallway, you see that this is actually a tendril that is sticking kind of out of the ceiling and was kind of just moving around. It is now entirely engulfed in flame, as is most of the hallway, and it is not doing well. You can hear the sizzle of mushrooms as this thing is kind of flaming and smoke coming off of it.
I'm going to radio that air supplies should be isolated for these two sections.
Yeah, you don't want to light off a flame rifle if there's too much oxygen.
No, I'm not as worried about that. I'm worried more about the fact that the pollen stuff's floating in the air and might be getting circulated through the entire spaceship.
That is a really good point. Yeah, isolate. Most certainly. Let's see this guy. 8.
Wouldn't we have sealed off each of these penetrated sections?
I mean, that's what he just did.
I don't know what you guys did before, but that's what I'm suggesting now.
Yeah. So Pappy. So let's see. Pappy, you see the hallway is lit up, and there's this tentacle that's kind of wreathing around that's on fire. I mean, if you had to judge, it would be angry. It's on fire. What do you want to do?
Oh, wow. Well, after I go, damn, guys, thanks. I'm going to step up with them and do the same.
Go ahead and make a electronics, or I'm sorry, gun combat energy plus dex.
Gun combat energy plus dex. All right. There, haha.
Damn. 4d plus 2 damage.
4D plus 2. All right.
So I figured we go a little bit later tonight since we got a late start. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah,
Fine with me. I'm really
fine with
sorry.
me.
Oh no, I've been where you were at. I know exactly how that works. Holy shit! So Pappy lights up the hallway. And basically roasts this thing. Lights it up. Everybody can make another Recon plus intellect check.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, you guys are succeeding now.
It won't last.
Sort of failed this time. Well, yeah, the light from this fire that Pappy lights this place up with, kind of the glow blinds sorta, right? But Pappy and Mel, you can see further movement, and you see something else towards the back, which looks like it is a mass that is blocking the hall or blocking the corridor. And this is the overall effect. The thing that is moving is there are at least two shamblers
Right.
that are previously crew members, right? What do they got nothing. All right. They got a raw roll. The servitor or the cluster I know has nothing. That ain't bad for nothing. And then there is another group of thick tendrils towards the back. Theoretically, if the cluster is dealt with, those hell no, that's not the way the entity works. I was going to say if the cluster is dealt with, that the tendrils would die, but that's not really true. They kind of act independently of one another, and that's how they, that's kind of how they form new clusters. All right, so Pappy lights this this area up. Mel, yeah, Mel is okay. Let's. Yep, that's how I want it. So Mel, you see this former crew member moving towards you, and they kind of look like this now. Kind of zombified, moving towards you. What do you want to do? But that's Bob.
Well, I gotta fire at him.
Go for it.
I had to say something quippy, like I was in a fucking Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I could not fucking come up with a goddamn thing. So I'm just gonna roll.
Okay. Eat fire, dick.
I don't think I hit though.
No, you. Well, I mean, it's blast 3, right?
It went somewhere.
It went somewhere.
Something's on fire.
Yes, I would say that he will take probably 1d of that damage. You light the wall up. You can go and roll 1d worth of damage. So he's going to take 4. And you kind of his arm lights up, and you see him with the left hand reach over and start patting it down like he's putting the fire out. The small cluster. Question about that. I mean, it's just a big potato, right? It's a minor cluster. No, it is not a minor cluster. It is colony. Yeah, it basically gets to direct. Its job is just to order the shamblers um to deal with you being the problem. The thick tendril back here is out of range of you because it only has like a 10-meter range. And so it's kind of right now it is partially attached to the cluster, but it has um, its own anima. It is able to do its own thing. So it can't really do anything. Sarda, what do you want to do?
Shoot at the cluster.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know how far away I am from it. I mean, is this 10 meters? I mean, how many meters away is it?
You're probably a good 25 meters away from the cluster. You've got this shambler that is moving towards you guys, and he just pat out the fire that was on his arm.
Right. So how far is he away from us?
He's like 15 meters.
All right. I will move 5 forward and fire at him.
Okay. So Traveler's a weird game in that they give you like, especially at the granular level, for movement and weapons range and whatnot, how far these things can shoot. But
So
then
that's 20 points of fire damage.
okay, 20 points. Yeah. All right. Ooh, this guy's hurting. Yeah. So Sarda lights this guy up. And again, now he's completely engulfed in flame. He's still moving around though. What I was saying is that it's very strange in that it gives you this granular level of how many meters a character can move, what the range of weapons are, etc. And then it delegates everything to range bands.
Right.
And so,
Right.
yeah, it's very odd. It's like they couldn't decide whether they wanted to go with theater of the mind or hex maps, but whatever. So, Sarda lights this guy up. He is now providing plenty of light, and you can see that there is this, in air quotes, small cluster of fungal matter that is growing down from the ceiling and is in this junction. And you can see that there are a number of tentacles that are sticking out, and you guys can see that in this cluster, some of your previous crewmates have already been engulfed, and the fungal matter is just already devouring them. This is a much faster moving entity than you've seen ever before, and it may be because it has gained something from that from its experience with the Leviathans.
That's both good and bad.
One of these tendrils gone.
I mean, fortunately, this is blast 3, so we are burning the atmosphere of everything else that's floating in it.
Correct. Yeah. The air seems clearer. You can see like little sparks and little embers falling to the ground as the spores burn. Tendril can't do anything. Shambler's servitors. I don't think these guys move very fast. 3 meters. That's probably enough for him to make his way up towards the front. But these guys, they're kind of like trudging. They're both wielding what one guy has what looks like a pipe wrench, which is essentially a club. The other guy is holding the section of a robotic arm, probably from one of the labs that he's going to use as a club. But they are trudging forward. They are going to rush for a total of 9 meters and not quite make it all the way to you. Pappy, what are you doing as these guys are running towards you in a zombie-like fashion?
That puts that one right in front of him.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like maybe 4 meters from Sarda at this point.
Oh well. I hope Sarda don't get flamed on, but flame on.
Go for it. Nice. 40 plus 1 damage. Yikes. So one of the
Okay. That's
Pappy,
2 1s and a 2.
the one that is holding the pipe wrench is the one that is currently on fire. Pappy lights him up again, and this guy just sizzles, and his legs just seem to give out from under him, and mostly because the legs are no longer there; they're just ash, and he falls flat on the floor and kind of is trying to crawl while he's on fire before he finally succumbs to it. This guy is going to take half that damage from the blast, and now he's not cooked, but he's partially on fire. Mel, what are you doing?
Setting somebody else on fire.
Fire, fire, fire!
I gotta move. Oh, how the hell do I do that? It's how wide is this corridor that they're in?
The quarters, these quarters aren't super wide, but looking at this, I'm guessing it's probably about, I would say probably 3 meters wide.
We're happy to let you past.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
you would have
well,
enough room to move past.
I'm not getting in front of another fucking flamethrower. I'm gonna.
They're not flamethrowers. They're technically like grenade launchers. The way that.
Well,
Right? Yeah.
I'm not gonna stand in front of Sarda.
kinda
I'm gonna
weird.
go shoulder to shoulder with him, and I'm gonna fire down the damn hallway. I prefer to hit the big, large thing, but
You got
if
to
I
get closer than that. I'm not within range of the big thing yet.
That's like the discrepancy in the different Traveler versions of the description of the fusion rifle, or the fusion gun man portable. In most of them, it really reads like it is basically just a big nuclear flamethrower. Like, you pull the trigger and it shits out nuclear radiation. It's basically a contained
That's what
explosion.
I'm talking about.
But the problem is, every time you pull the trigger, everybody around you within like 10 meters takes radiation damage, right? So you have to be wearing battle dress, or it's really not that effective. But then you get to Traveler 5, and it's like, oh, well, it's firing at a beam in a magnetically contained bottle. And I'm like, no, that's... Now you're describing the Plasma Gun Man portal. They're not the same thing. They are not the same thing. Anyways. So, yeah, light them up.
How am I always on the wrong fucking screen?
Dude, if I had $1 for every time.
God damn
Oh,
it!
no! So, go ahead and roll a d6. A 6. Well, so you go to fire it, and your canister's like going, and you kind of hit the side of it and pull the trigger, and you light up this corridor down here in front of the arms locker, which that wall's now on fire. Small cluster can't do anything. Sorry.
Did anyone bring?
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was saying, did anyone bring a fucking a fire extinguisher so that the next arms locker doesn't blow up?
I would imagine there's probably a fire suppression system that is probably going to kick in here real soon.
So the one in front of me now moved up.
Yeah,
So I was like
it's like
20.
6 meters away from you.
Oh, okay. Well, I will fire at it.
Okay.
I will aim and then fire. Come on.
I'm trying to
That's-
imagine a flamethrower with like a hollow dot on it. I'm gonna aim.
So 24 damage to the man.
Oof. Oof. So you light the servitor up. Ricky, the previous crew member, lights up again. It falls to the ground and it's crawling like a flaming zombie until it finally just expires. There's just way too much fire for it to deal with, and all that's really left is in the that you can see, and you can see behind it kind of the movement of this tentacle or tendril that's hanging down from the ceiling. You see this mass of fungal growth that has engulfed several of your crewmates
Yep.
in this section. Tendril can't do anything because it's not in range. This guy's dead. Pappy, what do you want to do?
Kill the fire.
Move forward and open up on the cluster.
Correct.
All right.
Second. Okay, cool. Just wanted to put the flame rifle in properly so that I can actually just press the button.
Live button. Oof. So that should be 6 plus 2. So 8 points of damage. You
How the hell did you do so little damage?
right.
Did I roll
Oh,
all once?
It's not correct. You
That
wrote
can't be
4D.
right.
You wrote 4D plus 0, so it just counted that as 4.
Yeah. Oh, 4D plus 0. It should be 4D6 plus 0.
My bad.
That's right.
Let me go back and fix that.
Should be
I see the
4D6. It should be 4D6 plus 2 damage.
Yeah, I see
I'll
the
just roll
damage
that this
figure
time.
with- Yeah.
I'll do that right now, and then I'll just fix it.
That's
Okay, there we go.
better. So Pappy lights this thing up, and through your external mic pickups, as you hit this small cluster, you can hear the not I don't want to say screams, but they're like low level squeals and the burning gurgle of outcry of the crewmates that have been engulfed by this cluster.
Sorry, guys, but you had to go.
Yeah, better you than me. Mel, what would you like to do?
How the hell is it back to me so fast?
Well, as they die, the
All right, I
stack
advance
shortens.
forward. Advance forward and try to shoot at this cluster.
Okay.
Assuming I can grab my guy and not Sarda's guy. There we go.
Right there. Kinda.
God damn it!
How are you always rolling 5s? Like, holy shit! You need to change the color of your dice or something. Believe it or not, that works. Don't know why.
Just pity. The universe took pity on me.
Right. Let's see. Another fucking thing. So Mel fires and it kind of oh man. Look. So this is only an average failure. You fail, but only averagely. So Mel lights up the wall, and it does hit one of the emergency there's an emergency rack there with a couple of like short air canisters that are good for like an hour, and they blow. Mel, you can roll 2d6.
So that's a fireball.
Right. And shrapnel. Ooh, 10 points. So the wall explodes where these two minor canisters are held in an emergency thing, and it explodes and shrapnel comes out, and it deals 10 points of damage to the small cluster. You can see the shreds of matter come off of it. But Mel and Pappy also get peppered with shrapnel and fire from these things. But I don't think 10 points gets through either of your armor. So the front of your suit is kind of blackened. Both Mel and Pappy can make a vac suit plus Dex check.
Dex plus a dex. Hey, it's not education for once. Yay.
Boo.
Great.
Boo. Not education. Boo.
Pappy made it, and Mel made it. So your vac suits are okay. The shrapnel doesn't give you any instant piercings, which would basically be closed in like one round. But you know, you've got shards of metal and glass sticking out of your suit. Small cluster could now theoretically reach out and touch someone. Yeah, we'll go with a tentacle. A melee bludgeon +1 from the cluster. That's going to hit Mel for 11 points. Does that get through your armor? Let's see, you're just wearing standard vac suit, right? Or are you wearing HEV?
HEV.
Oh, then no, it doesn't get through. So
Nice.
this tentacle comes out and just slaps you. Make a Recon plus intellect check. You notice that when this tendril hits you, the tip of the tendril kind of when it slaps you and then retracts, and the tip of it is stuck off, and there's like a little creeper that is moving around on your chest where it hit. Sarda, what would you like to do?
I'd like to move forward and shoot the shambler, the cluster.
Oh, the cluster? Go for it.
Yeah, because I don't think I was close enough to.
Yeah, you can move forward.
Up. And so I moved.
Nice.
15 fire damage.
So you light it up, and more of the cluster is on fire. You can see that the spores in the blast effect, they're just raining down as little, short-lived embers as you burn out, the rest of this hallway. And the cluster is kind of more on fire, and you can see like some of the engulfed crewmates, their jaws are moving, and they're kind of wreathing as they're in the fungal matter. Tendril's still out of the way. Pappy, what do you want to do?
We still have the big one. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Gonna move.
still there. Got a fungal barbecue going on in the middle of the hallway.
All right. Well, I'm still more to the front, so I don't need to move closer.
Yeah,
right?
no, you can open up.
See if I actually made it right this time. Survey says, ah,
That looks right. That is a hit. 46 plus 0. Yeah, that's just a really good roll. So Pappy lights this thing up, and you can see that the fungal matter that it's basically this cluster that is attached to the ceiling, and it kind of loses cohesion from the fire and drops. It just kind of plops to the ground and continues to burn and kind of just burns away as the crewmates that are inside are reduced to ashy skeletons. The
oof.
the tendril behind it, I'm going to say, is going to take half of that damage. So it's going to take what, 9? And it's there's this tendril that's flopping around angrily in the hallway that is now on fire. Mel.
Well, let's get rid of this tendril.
All right, you going to move forward and light it up?
You might want to get rid of the thing on your chest.
Yeah, you gotta what are these called? Creeper. You got a creeper on your chest.
You might want to deal with that. You're probably not going to want to use the flame rifle on it.
You can make a average 8+ athletics dex check to dislodge it.
Nope.
So you're like, oh, you're like grabbing, you're like, get it off me, and it's like you're tugging on it, and it is just attached to your vac suit, and you're pulling on it and stretching, it ain't coming off. Small cluster dead. Sarda, what do you want to do?
The tendril's still visible in the background there.
Yes, it is
All right.
partially on fire.
I'll move up. I don't know how far away it is.
I would say it is probably 15 meters away.
All right. Well, if I move,
You can move 6.
I'll move 5, and then shoot at it.
There you go. You just see Sarda moves into where the mass had fallen from the floor and just stomps his boot into one of the crewmates' burning skulls and opens up fire. Like he's in a Warhammer 40K movie. Holy shit! All right, well,
27 damage. We're gonna
Oh,
need
damn.
we're gonna need a hall patch here real quick.
no shit. So Sarda just goes up and just hits it. If a tendril had a face, Sarda would have just stuck the gun right in its mouth and pulled the trigger, and this thing just burns away. Basically, you have cleansed the science pod of any of the infection. Unfortunately, that also means all of the crew. How many did it get? It'll be 2 plus D 1D. So the 2 servitors or the 2 shamblers that you cut down, there were 4 other crewmates that this cluster had kind of grown around and was feeding on, and they were unfortunately lost in the battle as well. Aside from obviously spore contamination, you have removed the biggest threat. There will, of course, need to be decon crews that come through here to further remove.
Yeah.
Masses.
Plus, we gotta get that thing off the outside of the ship.
Right. There's that too. But the good news is that you get a radio call in from the other compartment, the hangar, and they have successfully dealt with that cluster as well. And it, in addition to 2 shamblers, it unfortunately took the cluster fed on 8 of the deckhands of the hangar. But you have been successful in cleansing the ship. What do you have any particular decontamination protocols? So, in addition, um, whoever wants you can make a leadership plus social check.
You want me to
That would
do
not
that?
be me.
Okay. I should figure you would, but I don't know how our.
I mean, I
I've
can
got,
try.
I've got a +3, I believe. 4.
Oh, then yeah, that's you. I'm a
Yeah.
0.
Untrained,
Oh,
not a good plan.
all right.
Okay, that's
14.
pretty goddamn good. So you're able to in the so your comms are kind of a mess of information coming in and out from different divisions. You hear that the hangar deck has been secured and is now in need of decontamination. Amongst all of this crap, you are able to single out one of there's a scientist here in the science pods that has made some progress uh, towards the stage 2 of the counter agent as a decontamination agent. And essentially, what their proposal is that they have rigged some flame rifles uh, that that they can send people out in that can basically, instead of fire, they're going to spray this crap around and can decon anything that they can touch. That, and also basically their helmets are projecting black light, UV. So anything that they look at is going to get UV damage and then whatever they spray this thing with that should kill all of the fungal mass. that's what their plan is. They want to know, they don't have a lot of this stuff. Which section do you want to decontaminate first?
Let's decontaminate these quarters, these living quarters. I think that's
Okay.
having a compromised hangar bay is bad, but it's not as bad as having compromised living quarters, is my opinion.
Right. I mean, you've got what? What? 6 other hangar bays. So yeah. Yeah. Spraying down the crew quarters is probably your best bet. So they are going to send a crew of 5 of these guys with these decon rifles to spray down the area and hopefully, kill off all of these spores. We're
gonna make sure that one of them is the Solion, the psychic race, the woman.
Yes. What was her name? I always have to look this up.
She's our best person. She's our best person for.
She's the best at EVA. Yes.
Yeah, she's the best at EVA.
Maya Arik.
It's the reason I'll give, but the reality is I'm also, because she's a spy. So
yes. Yeah, with a spy, you have 2 choices. You can either put her right at the forefront, or you can just cut her out entirely. Yeah, Maya Arik. She actually volunteers to it. She is the most skilled in using vac suits and EVA, and she will lead the team. Her and 4 others. She'll lead the team as far as doing decon for this section. Where do you guys head from here? Back to the bridge, or yeah? What's your plan here?
I'd like to go to life support and see what in terms of, I'm worried about what might be circulated in the air vents.
That's an excellent question. Go ahead and make a
My engineering life support sucks, but yeah, I'm happy to roll it if you want me to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go ahead and make an engineering life support plus intellect check.
Plus intellect too. Okay, great.
Or I'm sorry, intellect or education, your choice.
Yeah, I'm already rolling a 0. I got an 8.
Okay, so 8. So they did detect that there was some transfer. Um, it's probably in the air ducts.
Yep.
But by the time it had made it into the air ducts, and then you had them shut off ventilation, and so then it kind of got trapped in there.
Yep.
So they will have to send in either teams or drones.
Drones with flamethrowers.
Possibly, or maybe flamethrowers and the decontamination agent, and kind of spray it down. But yeah, you are able to determine that it has made it into the air ducts. You stopped it in time before it could be blown out into other sections, but that doesn't mean it's not going to grow on its own in the air ducts. I mean, there's all sorts of
Yep.
biomatter in air ducts that it can feed on. What's Pappy's idea? Where do you want to go?
I mean, I was concerned about the ships, but that's because I'm like, what am I going to fly?
Right?
But I'm always like, okay, the ships, you're right. The ships are secondary to the people. Okay. Um, I guess I'm just like double check that there weren't any other outbreaks that we missed notifications on.
Sure. Go ahead. That's a really good question. Go ahead and make a electronic sensors plus intellect or education check. Hmm.
Bad.
So
I
yeah,
don't know shit.
so you're getting you try to get through um you know this threat board, and you just go to a terminal on the wall, and it's just like a mess of alarms and multiple pieces of information coming in. Um, Pappy or Brian, have you ever been to Portland?
Once.
So I was down on I was down on Stark and 122nd yesterday. It's not. It's not. It's on the wrong side of the track. It's not a good area, right? And
Uh-huh.
I pulled up my phone and because we were going to be heading home, and I told my phone I wanted to go to a liquor store before it closed, and I said, "Show me all the liquor stores near me." And the map came up with so many pinpoints that I couldn't see the streets anymore. I was
Oh
like,
shit.
I was like, I kind of want to cross-reference this with how many of these are pawn shops and secondhand gun stores, just out of curiosity to see how many dots disappeared, right? So it's like that. Like the map is just covered in dots. You're not able to really make much sense of it. Mel, what are you doing?
Guys, the whole ship is fucked. The whole ship is fucked.
Pappy goes into a panic.
I don't know. I'm super concerned that there might be a patch of this shit sticking somewhere besides the two other spots. The two spots that one by the ships, the one we just took care of. Because the last thing we need is just even the tiniest piece somewhere. I know that I don't have the skill, but I want to go to the bridge and find some of our remote ops guys to fucking get some probes out, drones out, and looking for any other fucking passengers we might have picked up before we go and wipe out the fucking baby whales.
Okay. So you so yeah, you can radio to the bridge, and you can tell them that you want to do basically a um uh remote ops check, a drone check for everything. I mean, of course, there is still matter on the outside, which is already planned to be dealt with. They've got EVA crews currently active, but you can make a leadership plus social check and see if we can't get that pressing matter pushed forward.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
So yes,
Not as bad as I would have expected.
no, that is a routine check. You put it on their to-do list that they are going to go ahead and they're going to use drones, similar to what they're doing in the air ducts, to try and ferret out any last bit of this. Essentially, at this point, the damage control crews are They know what to scan for. They've got the I guess the template put into their bioscanners. They're checking everything. Obviously, this is the one of the bigger problems. I would go so far as to say the threat of the Deepnight Entity is the paranoia is almost worse than the actual physical aspects of it, because it just keeps coming, right?
There is that device that can smell specific things. I would think that maybe we've got that.
Yeah, there's chem sniffers.
Chem,
But I
chem
mean,
sniffer for
the
these things.
the bioscanner is kind of your end all be all. It historically in Traveler, it's kind of their version of the tricorder. Yeah, you can. They're scanning it out. They're following your orders. So where we will leave off, they have the bridge radios down to you and sends you kind of the images of what they are finding, because they've been they aside from doing damage control and monitoring, or trying to monitor this situation and turning it into a controlled panic, they have scanned the the asteroid nest, and they have determined at the center what this thing is. You guys have seen this thing before, or at least I don't know if I don't remember if Mel was there or not. It was on the on one of the planets where with all the ruins and the droid ship that was sunk in the bog. And it is this thing. You have one of these already aboard. It is badly damaged, and nobody really knew what it is. This one is sitting in this asteroid. It, of course, is covered with Deepnight Entity growth, and is surrounded by baby space whales. But this device is sitting in the center of this nest, and it seems like the Leviathan had built the nest around it. And from the scans that that are coming back, from what they can tell, this thing is it is more complete. It's not damaged like the one that you currently have. It's just covered in.
Did we have any idea what it was designed to do?
No, nobody has, as of yet, been able to figure out what it does. And I mean, even this one not being in the damaged state, they still don't entirely understand what this thing is. It's some piece of ancient technology, but nobody knows. They know that it has power hookups, and it has output, but they don't know where the output goes or what to plug it into. And so that is where we will leave off for tonight, and we will pick this up hopefully next week on Friday night. Or no, Mel's gone next week. Do we want to take a week off and pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we?
Okay, so we will take off next week, and we will be back in 2 weeks, and move forward and just figure out what this device is and how are you going to go about dealing with infected baby space whales?
Yeah.
No, baby space whales.
Especially since we don't know what this thing is and how delicate it is, and so bombarding it with missiles might be a bad idea.
Yeah, that may not be your best choice. And the fact that it's ancient technology and it appears to be fully intact. That's never been found.
Looks like Pappy's doing some close-up fighting.
And the other thing will be arranging for counseling for anybody who needs it.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, probably gonna have to do a ship-wide funeral for lost crewmates and counseling and
Let's wait. Yeah, let's wait till we fuck up with the whales before we start our funeral plans.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's some planning ahead.
Yes.
There may be a lot more people that need to be memorialized.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we'll pick this up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Thanks, in 2 weeks.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Take care, all.